Yo, welcome back to another video. Today is going to be my day 5 of my current training split, which is everyone's favorite day and the day everyone is going to want to know about. Yes, that is chest and triceps. Quick disclaimer, I ain't a doctor, not a personal trainer. This is just the stuff that I enjoy and the stuff that's worked for me. Depending on when you're watching this, I don't know how many parts will be out, so make sure you go to my channel, hit the subscribe button, and check out all the videos and the other parts of this series, because again, they can help you out. As well as that, just like the video and yeah, check out the links in my description. But without further ado, let's get started into my chest and triceps day. So just to warm up, I like to either just do like a couple sets of push-ups, 10 to 15 push-ups per set, maybe 2 or 3 sets, nothing crazy, just get the blood pumping. Then as well as that, I like to grab some dumbbells and just do some shoulder rotations. Even though we're not working our shoulders as much today, or they're not a primary focus, they still get incorporated with some of the compound movements, especially if you're gonna go heavy like on flat bench. You want to make sure that your shoulders are okay, because again, shoulder injuries are ass, so we don't want to be fucking them up. So yeah, just make sure you warm up your shoulders. I feel if I don't warm up my shoulders and I hit something heavy, they just, especially my front delt, I get just fucking violated. So just to start off, head over to the flat bench press, because we're starting with that barbell today. On the last chest day, which is the Monday, go check that out. I like to start with dumbbell, so today we're incorporating the barbell. As well as the warm-ups at the start though, because we are doing some heavy sets, that you also warm up to your top set with the bench press to get the blood pumping even more and get the motion down. So I like to just do the bar, then I'll do like 60, 70, 80, then I'll try and go up to my top sets. The sets that I like to do for the flat bench press are 3 sets of 4 to 6, and then I drop it for 2 sets of 8 to 10. I basically wanted like a power building slash body building type thing, so I got the 3 sets of 4 to 6 for the strength aspect, because obviously you want your bench press to be as strong as it can, overload your chest. But then again, I still want to get some volume off of this movement, because it's a big movement, it's a great compound movement, so I added in 2 volume sets of 8 to 10. I personally feel that that's good for me, like I'm happy with doing that. However, that could be too much for some people, so you could take away a couple of sets, take away strength, or take away a volume, or take away a strength and a volume and only do 3 sets. With the barbell, in terms of how you grip it, it all depends on how fucking long your arms are. Where the smooth metal in the middle like runs out, I put my thumb on the edge of it, and then I do a thumb's distance, and that for me that works out. But then again, some people like to go super wide. Again, just test out different ones, but just make sure that depending on if you go too far or too close, I personally think you can injure your wrists a bit, so be wary of that. Just make sure that you're bench pressing with good form. I like to bring it down and I physically touch my chest. I don't drop it into my chest because I don't want to crush my ribs, so I like to nice controlled bring it down and then bring it back up. After that movement, I like to move on to incline dumbbell press. I love incline dumbbell press. It's one of my favorite movements. I never do the barbell. I prefer the dumbbell, just because as the dumbbells, you can literally bring your elbows so far down to get such a good stretch on your pec, to then push it all the way back up. Whereas a barbell, you're kind of like limited to like here, whereas you can more limited to like here, and then with the dumbbells you can just get that extra stretch. If you have good range of motion and get a good stretch on the muscle, I think it is one of the most beneficial things. Don't be a half repper, don't be a pussy ass bitch and just half rep shit. Like realistically, if you got good form, that's fucking impressive, and that's what you want to strive for. Fuck the number on the weight, fuck your ego, just make sure you're doing everything correctly, because you will look like a fucking beast. And then as you build up, you'll be pressing amazing weight anyway if you work hard, and pressing good weight with good form is just double fuck. Have good form, bruv, like that's 3 sets of 4 to 6, because I want to get strong on my incline. Drop it off for 2 sets of 8 to 10. Again, if it's too much, take some sets away. Depending on your incline, some people have a really low incline, or I quite like a high one. I don't know why, I just feel it in my upper chest more. Test out different inclines to see which one best suits you, because obviously everyone's different. You'll hear, oh, do a low one, oh, do this one, oh, do this one. Again, I personally think you should just do what's best for you and figure out. So test what height of incline you feel the best. Don't go too low, because that's pretty much just flat, and don't go too high, because that's just fucking shoulder press. After this, I just like to do a machine press. So I head over to the machine and just do, this time it's 3 sets of 8 to 10, then drop it for a 12 to 15. I like to do my 2 first movements, have some strength sets in there, because even though I just go for size and looks, I still want that strength. Like, it's fun trying to get strong as fuck, isn't it? If I sound like ass, I'm sorry. I look like ass. No, I'm gonna go fuck myself, it's fine. Anyway. Then after that, I head over to the cables and I do cable fly. Try and push your hands through each other, and you just squeeze your chest as hard as you can, and you'll feel it so much with these flies. Chest cable flies is honestly one of the greatest chest exercises ever. I prefer it over the pec deck machine. However, for me, I just think the pec deck machines are so hit and miss dependent on your gym and what brand they have. Like, I've used some pec decks that feel fucking incredible, but now I've been to some gyms where the pec decks are just ass. If you don't feel it on that and you would prefer to do the pec deck, go do the fucking pec deck, fam. And so it's okay to swap out exercises that you prefer if the exercises correlate. Obviously, don't swap cable fly for flat bench press, but you know what I mean. After that, I like to drop the cables all the way to the bottom and do, some people call it lower cable fly or upward cable fly, just because they start low or they're moving upwards. But with this one, people try and move weight a lot. Honestly, pretty lightweight, 7-8 kilos, 10 on the cables, and literally just come up and squeeze. I like to go out at an angle and then come up and try and push my pinkies through each other, because depending on how you do this movement, you can incorporate quite a lot of front delt, which then is just a front delt raise. So I feel coming out and then coming up, I get a good squeeze on the chest and I can use it more, if that makes sense. I feel bringing your arms out really incorporate your chest. And when you get to the top, try and hold it there for a second or two just to get the squeeze. Because it's so easy to then just drop the weight, you know what I mean? And then you're not having any tension on the way down. That takes me through all the chest exercises. I have 2 big push movements, then I have a machine, then I have 2 cable movements. Yeah, a good yeah, good and a fat chest pump. After that, we obviously have said triceps. We want our arm to be big, because tricep, you'll hear every person say this, is 2/3 of the arm. It is what makes your arm big. I like to start off with close grip bench press. As we have already done some big movements, I don't go heavy on close grip bench press on this day, as we've done lots of movements beforehand. So with the close grip bench press, it is just a volume set. So 3 sets of 8 to 10, then drop it for a 12 to 15. With the close grip bench press, really, you just want to tuck your elbows in and just get that, and then put your hands up onto the bar. Some people do shit like this, or like go too close, because they over exaggerate the meaning of close grip. And trust me, bro, like, that would just put so much strain on your wrist, because you're bending it in and all that weight pushing down on you. When you go past a certain point, it just is fucking pointless, and it doesn't target your triceps anymore. So go to a comfortable position, keep your elbows tucked, and you'll really feel it, especially on your long head, which is what you want to be growing and what a lot of people, I feel, need to target more. Because as well as that, making your arm even bigger and filling those shirt sleeves, getting the long head also helps with your other movements, like close grip bench press. Obviously will fucking make your bench press stronger, because it incorporates your triceps more and helps that. Because some people are really good, on about bench press now, some people are really good halfway, but then they're struggling because their triceps are struggling, do you know what I mean? So incorporating this can just benefit other movements, especially with locking out, because your triceps are the second half of the rep, if that makes sense. After that, we head over to the cables and do some tricep rope pushdowns. 3 sets of 8 to 10, drop it for a 12 to 15. Make sure you keep your elbows nice and tucked. I like to lean forward a little bit, keep my back locked, and I feeling leaning forward just helps me get that extra squeeze, especially to reach the long head of my tricep, which is always what you're trying to incorporate. Yeah, I've seen people slunch, I've seen people try and stay right up. I just feel a nice little lean forward and squeeze. Make sure you keep your elbows locked. 3 sets of 8 to 10, drop it for a 12 to 15. After that, I like to head over to a bench and grab some dumbbells, and I like to do skull crushers with dumbbells. I like to lay completely flat and do it with dumbbells, because I get such a free range of movement with my wrists, because I have shitty ass wrists. So if I try and do an easy bar, I'd rather just go fuck myself, to be honest. It just hurts so much. I think easy bar shit. Whereas I've never felt anything better than the dumbbell skull crushers. That is 3 sets of 8 to 10, then drop it for a 12 to 15. As well, I've noticed I do this sometimes. Whenever I have them out here, I tend to flare out my elbows. Make sure you want to keep your elbows tucked in whilst you're doing this. And whenever I'm laying down, instead of having my arms like perfectly straight, I like to put them at an angle so this gets a massive stretch whilst I'm doing this, and it feels really good. Then after that, I just head back over to the cables, and the next exercise I like to do is something I call tricep cable crossovers, and I basically grab the opposite side of the cable with the opposite arm, keep my elbows locked, and just basically do tricep pushdowns. But with those, they target areas of my triceps I don't always feel just because of the crossover, I think. I have no fucking clue. I have no clue about the science behind it. I'm purely just rambling bullshit right now, but give it a go and it'll feel pretty good. So yeah, that's 3 sets of 8 to 10, then drop it for 12 to 15. Finally, the last tricep movement is single arm rope pushdowns. 3 sets of 8 to 10, drop for 12 to 15 on each arm. The same rule applies with this one than it does for the rope pushdowns that you saw at the start. Make sure you keep your elbow locked and make sure you can get a good squeeze and stretch on your tricep. But that concludes me on my chest and triceps day. I hope you did enjoy the video. I hope it does help you out. Make sure to go and try it out. Let me know in the comments if you have tried it out and what you thought of it. All my links are in my description. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and yeah, I'll see you in the next video. Make sure to stay tuned for your mom. I mean, stay tuned for the other parts, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.